Kelowna's Tantalus Vineyards is celebrating the start of its 2024 harvest.
Right now at Tantalus, we're harvesting the Pinot Noir for a bit of bubbly, and we'll be shortly harvesting our Chardonnay for the same thing.
So how much crop do you have compared to a typical year?
Maybe 1/10 of normal production.
It's slim pickings after extreme cold last winter devastated vineyards across the Okanagan. The grapes are also harder to get at than in a typical year.
Normally we'd be picking most of the fruit around the fruit wire, but because there's been a lot of top loss on the vines, most of the shoots that were viable were coming from the ground this year. In years previous we would have thinned out those shoots, but we left the shoots because we need the growth, and those happen to be the shoots that were covered with a bit of snow. They were insulated, so they weren't damaged like the buds were at the top of the vine.
To supplement this year's crop, like many other winemakers in the valley, Tantalus is sourcing grapes from other parts of North America.
We're not trying to replace a typical vintage. It'll be quite a small vintage. Aside from the little bit of fruit we're harvesting this year from our own site, we are taking from some premium sites in Oregon for Pinot Noir and Pinot Gris, and from Niagara for our Chardonnay and Riesling.
While 2024's vintage will be limited, visitors to the winery this fall will have plenty to choose from previous harvests, including a couple of Rieslings, a Chardonnay, a Rosé, Pinot, and some bubbly similar to what they're producing this year. In Kelowna, Cindy White, Castanet.